makes the left hip sit down, makes the right shoulder move around, and starts to create more speed for the golfer. Golf forearm rotation is a big topic, and one that has been beaten to death, been disrespected. Forearm rotation in a golf swing is absolutely crucial. If you don't understand that we need forearm rotation in a golf swing, you are truly going to lose energy, club speed, and most importantly, direction. Let's talk about why forearm rotation is so important. If I lift the golf club up in front of me and I make my backswing and I have absolutely no forearm rotation, we understand that we have arm lift in a backswing, and then I'm not going to rotate my forearms at all. You can see where the club shaft would point. I then come back down with my arms, I swing around, it would all line back up of course, and then I'm going to rotate through and then I'm going to lift my arms back up. No forearm rotation. That is what a golf swing would look like, and if I did that in a normal swing, that is what a golf swing looks like with no forearm rotation. So, if you don't have golf forearm rotation in your backswing, and you don't have golf forearm rotation in your through swing, you are going to sincerely battle with getting a good purchase on the golf ball. Now, let's talk about forearm rotation and how much that does and doesn't influence the face angle. First things first, let's talk about forearm rotation in the backswing, which would lay the shaft down. So as we have lots of forearm rotation in the backswing, the shaft would lay down. Now I lift my forearms up. Now at this point, the club shaft is pointing way off to the left of the target. In most people's perceptions, loads of forearm rotation would and does open the club face. So loads of forearm rotation in the backswing, but I've got a closed club face, makes the ball bend to the left, bends to the left. Loads of forearm rotation and a cut wrist makes the golf ball bend to the right. Understand that the golf ball bends to the right and to the left because of the face angle. You all know that by now. What doesn't dictate whether it bends to the right or to the left is forearm rotation. Forearm rotation gives you the opportunity to start to set the right arm, load the right shoulder, and get the club being able to be loaded on the pitch in which we set the swing on. This pitch here, this pitch here. Without forearm rotation, this is what the golf swing would look like. I put forearm rotation back in, this is what the golf swing looks like. I think you'll find that that might be more of a nice appetite as a golf shot, inside out, downstrike, shut face to path, than the one without forearm rotation. As I pull, look how the golf club wants to swing on the inside, but leave the face wide open. So the golf forearm rotation in a backswing is huge. Now the point at which you start that forearm rotation, well, that's up for debate. Does it start early? Does it start in the middle? Or does it start at the top? The point where you want to feel most forearm rotation is at the top. If you were to lift your forearms up in front of you, this is simulating the forearm lift in a backswing. I've just taken the rotation out of the shot. Now as I lift the club up in front of me, if I was to then create more forearm rotation, if I created the forearm rotation early, that's what it would look like with the rotation in. If I create the forearm rotation later, So I've got no forearm rotation here. I've got no forearm rotation here. Look at the backswing. Now I'm going to put forearm rotation in later. This is what the backswing now looks like. So you can see the point at which the forearm rotation in the backswing occurs is a huge influence on whether the shaft swings in on takeaway or looks traditional on takeaway with the club head staying out in front of the handle. So forearm rotation in the backswing must be, but when it occurs is the nugget. So if you are someone that wants to have a club shaft that looks more to the left of your target at the top, the forearm rotation needs to occur the most late on in your arm lift, so that when you now pull the club can now work around you, the handle pull, the club shaft moves around you. So this is all about the backswing, not talking really about the downswing, because the downswing is set up by the forearm rotation that goes on late in your backswing. The face orientation is purely dictated by the angle of the wrists. If I create forearm rotation and I cut my wrists, that will make the ball go to the right. If I create forearm rotation and I bow my wrist, that will make, what a shocking strike that was. That will make the golf ball bend to the left. So the face angle is not governed by the forearm rotation. Your ability to create speed and energy will be governed by your forearm rotation. In the through swing, if we've created forearm rotation to the right, if you're a right-handed golfer, the forearm rotation in the through swing needs to be to the left. And the falling over of the club head is because the energy of the weight has come from the right of the grip. So as we're bringing the club down and the club is falling over us, that external forearm rotation makes the left shoulder sit down, makes the left hip sit down, makes the right shoulder move around, and starts to create more speed for the golfer working around. Now all of a sudden this left shoulder wants to sit down. This left forearm wants to work out. All of these ideas are, if you went into the gym and I started asking you to swing weight around, this is what you'd do. Get yourself down the golf range and start working on golf swings. You'd go against it because of what you've read in some golf magazine or a quick tip that you've heard. Understand that we are governed by how well you use the weighted end and how much that weighted end will either help you be sympathetic in your motion or be antagonistic. All of this handle right and stopping all face rotation is just faulty movement, which will, if you then layer on speed drills, starting to create as much speed as possible, you will snap, you will hurt yourself, because you are arguing with the fact that this weight wants to fall over you. But it doesn't mean that the club face is closed. The face can be open and the club can swing over me, can unload around me, but the face is not turned down. So forearm rotation is a huge topic and is one that you really need to understand when you've got a heavy end and a light end. I hope that's been some use and been insightful. Do consider subscribing if you're new to the channel, and I think you'll find that's good coaching.